Hi, my name is Jim Janossy. I taught college for more than 30 years, the last 10 of which were taught all online. That is, fully online, no meetings in the classroom. I did this without using a learning management system because I wanted to keep things very, very simple. Now, it turns out, in looking at what's happened with the COVID-19 crisis, and many teachers being forced to conduct their teaching fully online, now called remote, it seems to be troubling to many people. Actually, online teaching need not be the same as classroom teaching. In fact, I discovered that there were many ways that you could do things, and even better than you might have been doing them in the classroom. I'm going to go over them in this very short little video, which is the prelude to me providing you with a small book in ebook form as a PDF. I'm going to provide that free, and it just distills my experiences teaching online into something that I think might help you if you're forced to be teaching remote now, or even if you're teaching hybrid, or maybe even back in the classroom. What I'm going to suggest involves these couple of things. First of all, instead of giving lectures in the classroom, give small talks like this and package them up as videos. They're not hard to make on either a Mac or a Windows PC, and I will be demonstrating for you in the book with video tutorials how to go about this. If you make video lessons, or I would call them lesson videos, you can put them up on YouTube for free. You can limit the viewing to just the people to whom you provide the web address, or you can, as I have done, make them open to the entire world. I have a series of lectures on art based on a textbook, and I'll be telling you all about that in the book. I get compliments from people all over the world and thank yous because the lectures seem to help them in going through that same textbook. So if you make video lectures, there's a number of advantages. First of all, your lecture videos can be viewed using a cell phone. It doesn't require Wi-Fi and a computer. Currently, there are about 15% of students in America who don't have Wi-Fi, don't have a computer, and perhaps don't even have computer literacy to be able to use such a device if it were provided. And their parents, who might be helping them learn, probably don't have much computer literacy either. So if you were to make videos and use what are called QR codes, which are free to create on the web, it's just a pattern of dots, and it encapsulates a web address, like the address of a video. You've made yourself available to a whole lot more people who could use what you have to tell them. A lot more people have cell phones than have computers. In fact, cell phones are ubiquitous. Even very low-income families are provided cell phones free by a federal program. So there's one thing you can do right there. Now, if you start moving in the direction of doing these lesson videos, you might find that, as I did, there are a lot of other videos out there on YouTube that you can incorporate into a playlist so that you can cover some of your subject matter in an even more powerful way, treating those other videos as if they were guest lecturers. So that's the first step, and that could be very important for all of your students. Think about this too. Not everybody learns at the same rate. Some people might actually need to review what you say. If you say it in the classroom or online using Zoom, and it's not recorded, no one's going to be able to go back and review it. If someone's trying to help that student, unless they sat there and listened to you say something the one time you said it, they're not going to benefit from it in being able to help that student. So make lesson videos. They don't have to be hours long. They could be highly focused. You don't have to edit them or do anything funny about them. Nothing complex, just to put them up on the web. And it's free to put them on YouTube. Now, something else I discovered, feedback is really important for students. The typical way of giving feedback, marking papers, isn't really as good as giving some comprehensive feedback that doesn't just reveal correct answers, or maybe doesn't even reveal correct answers. It simply points students to the direction of where they could find the correct answers, and they can go fish them out. Now, research has shown that when you have to go seek out an answer, you're going to know it better, you're going to remember it better, than if you're just told what the correct answer is after having made a mistake. So I suggest an electronic means of providing feedback. I use an electronic spreadsheet. Any type of a document would work. The key to it is to record all of the feedback you give to the student in that document. And I found it best to list the assignments, how much they were worth, and then leave a column for how much the student earned, and then the feedback. That gets to another thing. If you provide that kind of feedback, what is the incentive for the student to go and actually ferret out the answer? If you're giving one-time quizzes and one-time tests and one-time assignments that is one try, well, there's no incentive to go back and find the correct answer because the score is going to stay the same. So in my classes, I made just about everything repeatable. Learning exercises, I didn't have any quizzes. I turned them into a learning exercise too. The feedback that I would give pointed students in the direction of a correct answer, and they then could revise the work and resubmit it, and I would regrade it, and the score might rise. Now you might think that would mean everybody would get 100%. Never happened. Some people just don't do it no matter what the incentive. But the incentive being there does affect a lot of students, and they will go back and ferret out the correct answers and learn the subject matter better. Now those three things I elaborate on more in the book, and the book points to various video tutorials that I've put up there to show you how to do these things on a Mac and show you how to do these things on a PC with Windows 10. The most common flavor of Windows out there now. It's been out there 5 or 6 years. I also have some suggestions for you on how you can form up handout materials into workbooks that are fairly economical to print up. And when you're going through a course the second or third time, you might just take all of your accumulated handouts and have them put into one document, as I'll show you how to do with the program Qt PDF, and then to paginate it there, and provide that all at once to your students at the beginning of the term. You'll find that some students will race ahead. They will race ahead in the subject matter faster than you present it. But some students won't. Some students may not even catch it as fast. And so what I finally got to doing was letting students come up with a flexible learning goal schedule and to replan it as necessary. It spread out my grading. I didn't have a grade peak all at once with a midterm or such a thing. In fact, I completely abandoned midterms. I was giving so much feedback on quizzes and learning exercises and on the work being submitted that the students knew where they stood. They didn't have to have some sort of a super stressful test in the middle of the term in order to give them some feedback on that. So I'll elaborate on this in the book, as I mentioned, but I just wanted to give you a big picture of, first of all, making lesson videos. Very important, easy to do, and then learn how to use a QR code, which I will show you in the tutorial, and just include that in whatever document you're passing out. And then you'll be including the students who are otherwise left out because they don't have a computer. If you only go that far, you're doing a very good thing for a number of people. But then hopefully you'll consider some of the other improvements that I describe and demonstrate for you. It can make your remote teaching experience much, much better than simply trying to conduct the same class that you did in the classroom over Zoom or some other product. It really could be much, much better than that. And it could be better for a number of students who could use your help right now, and their parents who could use your help, and other people who might be helping the students. One more thing I'll mention, you might want to take a look at what's called assisted reading, because if you make lesson videos, it is possible 2 different ways that the students can actually read those words that you're speaking as well. In YouTube, you could turn on closed captions. They will generate closed captions automatically from what you're saying. An even better way to do that is to use a product I will demonstrate for you that's based on artificial intelligence, and it's also free to use. And if you provide it with your lesson video, it will provide you with a transcript done very accurately of what you said. Now, if that is provided to your students along with the lesson video, think about it. Assisted reading means following along the printed words when you're hearing them spoken, read out by somebody else. I'm sure you've encountered exercises like that in grammar school. I can remember going through them. Everybody's nose in a book and the teacher reading aloud. You could accomplish the same thing, and it does 2 very good things. Of course, going through the subject matter that way, someone doing that will learn more. But also, their reading skills will improve automatically. It's been demonstrated. Just following along with the printed words while hearing them spoken improves your reading skills. Think about this also. A number of students in America are in households where 2 languages are spoken. And perhaps the parents don't speak or read it as well because this is their second language, English. They could be assisted in a very great way by having the transcripts of your lesson videos. Keep the video short, 10 minutes, focused on something. I will show you how to record a video like this, which I call full face, where it's just you talking. I'll also show you how to record from the screen so that any presentation or diagram or anything that you put into electronic form and would be able to display on the screen can be captured. The combination of these makes for very, very powerful lesson videos. And as I say, the ability to review these is a key factor in helping many students learn. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to do, was to introduce this. And now I'm going to proceed with finishing up the book and making it accessible to you. Thank you.